Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Jianu Pakhairagale, ni hama, Chunashume, Washmale, Ohio, Gonzaimas, Guten Morgen, Privat, and hi, hugs and hellos to everybody who is tuned into PTB World and are watching World this morning alongside Shazad Khan. I hope that everybody who's tuned into their television screens are fine, doing great. It's time to wake and bake, rise and shine. All you need to do is just get up, So I'm here to give you that energy. And for all those people who are celebrating their birthdays today, a very, very happy birthday to you. And, all the very best for your future endeavors. May you prosper and may you progress the way you want. And may Allah bestow all of His kindness and blessings onto you and to your family. So I think that calls for a good start anyways. But ladies and gentlemen, over here in Pakistan, we do have all kinds of, you know, I think, I would love to get that right word out. So we have got all kinds of seasons over here. We have got all kinds of facilities. We have got all kinds of things which we would love to do as human beings. That's what the show will be about today. That's what we're going to discuss. But then, as a matter of fact, first things first, yeah, you might be thinking that I'm going to say fruit of the day, but no, it's the dry fruit of the day, and we have picked up on cashew nuts, one of my favorites. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about the health benefits of cashew nuts first of all. Go ahead, take a look how cashew nuts looks first, and then that's when I'm going to tell you what are the health benefits of cashew nuts. Let's get started with the health benefits. Oh, that's how they look. I love them. They're very expensive over here in Pakistan as well. People do not really, go to get like a kg of cashew nuts just because of the fact that they're too expensive. But talking about their health benefits, these are good bodybuilders. Then cashew has no cholesterol at all. That's a myth busted right over here. Cashew helps maintain healthy gum and teeth. Cashew is an energizing food. Cashew contains healthy monounsaturated fat that promotes good cardiovascular health. Wow. Because monounsaturated fats reduce high triglyceride levels, which are associated with increased risk of heart disease. Grace, that is indeed great. Cashew is rich in antioxidants that helps in the elimination of free radicals that may cause some cancer as well. Wow. Magnesium works with calcium to support healthy muscles and bones in the body, and it also helps promote normal sleep patterns, yeah, in menopausal for women. Well, that was a bit of extra information as well, but that's perfectly all right. So yeah, if you haven't had them, there are different varieties of cashew nuts as well. Whenever we speak of cashew nuts, well, there are fried cashew nuts as well. Then there are the original ones. Well, the original ones aren't really salty. I love the salty ones which are deep fried as well. So there might be a bit of cholesterol attached to that just because of the fact that we Pakistanis love frying and cooking and deep frying as well. But cashew nuts is indeed one of the best dry fruits, and they help you stay warm as well in winters. That's what their purpose is. Okay, so that's what it is. But okay, now talking about the public service message, which is going to go out from this platform, obviously World this morning in PT World, and that is that whenever you guys are leaving from home or whenever you guys are entering, it's for all the Muslim majority who are out there who have this set of belief, say Bismillah, and then there are certain prayers for that. And then as a matter of fact, what I wanted to share over here was, for all those kids who are here, who are out there these days, a lot of parents I've heard them saying, or they're probably complaining about their kids that they're not that respectable as kids were, in my days when I was a kid. People used to say that, all the kids are so respectful, and then, they would sit with their elders, they would spend time with their elders as well. So this is one thing all of the kids need to do, because over here in Urdu, we have a quotation which says, Ba adab, ba nasib, which eventually means that if you're going to be respectful, you're going to be successful in life as well. And whenever we say or use the word respectful, obviously that means towards elders, towards your parents, grandparents, whoever is elder than you, it's a compulsion on you to respect that person, irrespective of the fact whether you like him or her or not, or whether you dislike. So that's what it is, and believe me, you're going to, probably get all of what you've actually thought of in life if you're going to be respectful towards your parents and spend time with, because they're going to pray for you the moment you're going to sit with them. And it's just a very wonderful feeling. So at times when you're in your early teens or in your late teens as well, you get a bit snobby as well. The kids are very naughty, they don't want to spend time just because they're busy, but your parents are looking forward to you. For all those people who actually outside Pakistan who live abroad, they really do not get a chance to spend time with their parents. So please come back quite often, look after them, talk to them, sit with them, and this will definitely bring about a change. Now, since I've mentioned about change as well, So, over here we've got a lady in the studio. I don't know what words to actually use to describe what she's doing over here with her life and, obviously for the pride of Pakistan. She, I think, is a daredevil, first of all. She was born in Saudi Arabia but raised in Karachi. She lives in Karachi as well. And Karachi is a place where it's so hard to find a mountain as well. She's a mountaineer, she travels every now and then to Nanga Parbat, Nepal, K2, wherever she wants to go, and she does solo expeditions as well. But as a matter of fact, this thing which she tried from 2016, late December till 6th of January was one of those things which it took people 2 decades to probably go through that, and that too in summers. And she tried it in winters. Well, who is she? We'll tell you definitely. But first of all, you got to watch this video. And when you guys are going to come back, we'll introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have with us none other than Miss Samia Rafiq Malik, who's a mountaineer and an entrepreneur herself. Assalamu alaikum, Samia. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm fine. Good
Thank
morning.
you very much for showing up. It's a pleasure. And then, you're on your way back from the Kurdupin Pass expedition as well. And we'll talk about it, but we've got somebody more interesting than her as well. But I don't know whether it's going to be more interesting or not. But since I know him, pehle se, so it's going to be all right as well. Okay, so this guy, this is how I'm going to tell you about him. He's an electronics engineer by education, an entrepreneur by profession, an astronaut by dream, and an adventure enthusiast and a photographer for the love of nature, and is working in tourism. He's none other than Mr. Usher Zaid. Hello, Usher, how are you?
Walaikum, hello Shahzad. I am very
I
good.
love the
Thank
energy
you.
now. So now you know that when the camera turns on, the energy is there. Thank you very much, guys, for coming over. It is lovely to have you. But Samia, first things first, Kurdupin Pass, it took 2 decades for people to actually go through that pass, and only 2 times it would have been done. I think it's done only 2 times.
Twice.
So the guy who actually did it was Jeff Hobbin as well.
Jeff Hobbin.
People decide to do it in summers, and even in summers they can't do it. Why did you think of this idea that you're going to do it in winters? And for somebody who's coming from Karachi, you've got a background from Karachi and Saudi as well, why, how, why are you doing this?
Okay, being as a very close child to my father, I used to travel a lot.
Okay.
And after my graduation, I started exploring mountain. And mountains are very sacred for me.
Okay, very nice.
And there is very spiritual connection with the mountains.
Yeah.
So from the last 3 years, I have been, hearing about the Kurdupin Pass, and I was researching as well that why it is difficult, why people stop at this point, and why they back from that point.
All right. So why do they have to come back? Why is it
exactly? So first, I have a plan in summer 2016, but because of some difference of timings and jobs, so we decided to do it in winter.
Okay.
When I proposed this plan.
Wait, hold on for a second.
Okay.
So you had problem with your job schedule.
No. The Kudrat Ali, the expedition member.
Okay. So he wasn't able to give you time, or probably he wasn't available.
We had a.
That's why you risked your life for winters. That's how.
Exactly. Then I proposed him that we will do it in winter. First of all, he said no, we cannot do it in winter because nobody has ever been there in winter, and we don't know what it looks like, and what is the route.
Yeah.
Then I proposed another plan. Then we calculated risk, and then we selected Kurdupin for the winter. Because I was not scared, I was so curious to see how it looks like in winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how your sacred, that's the type of sacred love, people. I mean, oh my
Exactly.
God. I mean, there have been people who have attempted from, outside Pakistan in summers and they couldn't do it for 2 decades. And then this young lady from Pakistan, from Karachi, decided to do it in winters, and that too in harsh winters as well. So how was it? Tell us about your experience. How did it all started? Because all of these pictures we shared of Samia, ladies and gentlemen, they are very recent, and she just got back. She's got a flight tomorrow, I think, to Karachi.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I mean, she's tired. She's sunburnt as well. So whatever we can get out, we'll get out. So yeah, share your experiences. Let's start the journey from Karachi.
Karachi. I traveled from Karachi to
When did you
Islamabad
first decided that, this is what I'm going to do?
4 months back.
Why did you decide this?
I told you that I was so curious to see that why people written from, what is
Yeah.
that place, how it looks like, why people written from, and why they are not able to cross the pass. What are the
Okay.
difficulties, and what is it that they, like everybody dream for Khudapin Pass. There are many trekkers, many climbers who are dreaming for Khudapin
do it.
Pass. Yeah, exactly. So I heard a lot of people that they are going to attempt in summer, but
Okay.
they did not.
All right.
So I was like, why people are not even attempting it?
Okay.
So I decided to do it, and because I wanted to see
So that's
those
what motivated
beautiful
you.
glaciers.
Okay, so you took
and-
this idea to your dad first. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. What did he say?
Yeah.
Just imagine, for the sake of it, for the sake of fun, I'm your father. Let's have a conversation.
No, I told my mother that I
Okay,
want to
you
do.
told your mother first.
Yeah.
Usher, you get to be the mother. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, I told my mother that I'm going to do it, and my mother is very confident that I will do it. So we have discussed, I discussed with my brother as well, and I was, throughout this journey, I was communicating with my brother as well.
Okay.
So they were supporting me, and they were just saying that just keep telling us each and everything.
Yeah. Well, how did you communicate, for example, when you
With-
were at such high altitude?
With
Satellite
the
phones?
satellite phone, yes.
Oh, it might be very expensive though.
Yes.
Yeah, it is?
Yeah,
Okay,
it
we'll
is.
talk about all of these things, but let's just get Usher involved into the conversation as well. So, Usher, you're an engineer, and then you're an entrepreneur, and then you thought that, okay, photography might be, but the type of photography, ladies and gentlemen, Usher is doing. We have got a video which is going to probably show all of those images which Usher Bazeb took all of his lifetime, all, whatever it is. And then, when you guys are going to come back, what we're going to do is that we're going to listen to what he has to say about that mindset which he had at that particular moment behind the lens. Let's go, let's take a look. Such amazing kids over here in Pakistan doing wonderful work. Let's take a look. So this was a small clip of all the pictures, in fact not all, but few of the best work done by Mr. Usher Bazeb as well. And he's trying to promote the soft image and tourism in Pakistan as well. What was the mindset behind the lens?
If I tell you why I started photography, I was interested in astronomy from a very early childhood.
Okay.
I was interested in skies. I was interested in stars.
Okay.
I was interested in the universe. So when you are interested in all that, and when you see such beautiful pictures of the galaxies, of the universe, taken by Hubble, by NASA, by many other telescopes, so I wanted to do that as well.
Okay.
So my very primary reason to get into photography was astrophotography.
Okay.
I researched a good camera which is good for astrophotography. I researched a decent enough lens, etc. But I became an explorer first before I became an astrophysicist or before I became an astrophotographer.
Okay.
So I knew how to take good pictures. I understood that. I understood the process of how to take a good picture. And then we started our own tourism and exploration company. So I thought, why not put all that knowledge into taking good, beautiful pictures of
Wow.
Pakistan?
Wow.
Why not promote a good image of Pakistan? Because until a few years ago, there was not that much mass level tourism being done in Pakistan.
Yeah,
It was not available, and we had the opportunity to start that.
very nice.
And I thought that, yes, I have a good camera, decent enough camera, and I can take decent enough pictures. So why not use all of these pictures to promote tourism in Pakistan?
Amazing.
And that was my first mindset in taking pictures.
Amazing that is, and keep up the good work as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll obviously be conversing with both of them, as the conversation moves on. But I'll just move on to Samia over here. So Samia, from Karachi, you came over here to Islamabad, obviously, first of all, and then you will
Exactly.
move on. So let's start the journey from Islamabad now.
I took a rent-a-car from Islamabad to Gilgit. Then
Yeah.
Gilgit, we hired jeep from Gilgit to Shimshal Valley.
Okay.
And then from Shimshal Valley, we used to go for climatization to the White
Yeah,
Horn
what is
base
the
camp.
climatization though?
Climatization is like you need to, settle your body in that environment, in that altitude.
How do you do it?
Like we used to go, Shimshal Valley is located on the 3,100 meter
Okay.
around. So we used to go White Horn Peak base camp nearly, which was like 3,900.
Okay.
First we go on like 3,500, then 3,900, then 4,000. This is how we climatize our body.
Okay.
This is how we used to be of that environment. Like if we are sleeping on that altitude properly, if we are eating on that altitude properly, then we are fine.
So you just have to go there, spend some time, and come back. That's what it is.
Exactly.
I thought that, for example, whenever it's summers, or no, in fact, for example, whenever it's winters, which is, so obviously when you're going to go take a shower, you're going to open the tap, and if it's cold water, unfortunately, so you'll just take some, put it on your body so that you would actually acclimatize to the temperature of the water as well, and then gradually you'll move in. I think that's the type of acclimatization we're talking about over here. No?
No.
No, so it's about
different.
eating as well, it's about sleeping
it's
as well.
sleeping as
So then
well.
are there some different exercises to acclimatize yourself? Or they're not?
No, not really, but you have to just go.
Any breathing exercises, anything?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Okay.
If you have breathing issues, if you feel that you have to do it.
Okay.
I am very used to of that climate, so I am easily
You're like fine now.
adjust.
So
Yeah,
that's why,
exactly.
when she turned up today, I was like, oh, are you from Hunza? Because you look like that as well. Okay, so yeah, moving on from there. So
Okay.
you acclimatize yourself and then?
Then we moved from there like after 4 days to Khordapin Pass.
Okay. Kurdupin Pass.
Khordapin Pass.
Yeah.
And the first day we went to the first stage, that is Past Elga, east of Khordapin and the west side of Vajarab Glacier.
And it is said for, just for, all the people who are tuned in, general information, and that is that it is being said that Kurdupin Pass is one of the highest passes all over the globe. That's why it is difficult as well. And, whenever we talk about difficulty, I've said it earlier in the show as well, that it took people 2 decades to do it over and over again. And then, we have a clip of a Polish documentary as well, and all of those people, they came in and attempted the Kurdupin Pass in 2000. In fact, it was a Nanga Parbat, because Nanga Parbat was one of those mountains as well, or, probably however you would want to label, that nobody ever in the world was able to actually climb that.
Exactly.
And then they came in 2011, attempted in 2012, 13, 14, but recently in 2016, they were able to be there. They did it, but unfortunately, it wasn't documented as well. So we've got their pieces of documentary from 2011, 12, 13, and 14. It's a Polish documentary. Go ahead, take a look, and then only then you will realize how difficult it can get. Go ahead, take a look.
Woo! Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, boy. La, 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 la. Yeah. La, 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 yeah. La, 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 la. Yeah. La, 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 la. Jestem tego pewny. W głębi duszy o tym wiem, że gdzieś na szczycie góry wszyscy razem spotkamy się, mimo świata, który kocha i rani nas dzień w dzień. Gdzieś na szczycie góry wszyscy razem spotkamy się. Się porobiło, czeka to też nas. Ziemia coraz więcej pragnie ciała ludzkich mas. Nikt nam nie powiedział, jak długo będziemy żyć, do jakich rozmiarów ciągnęło się będzie życia lić. Nikt nam nie powiedział, kiedy mamy się pożegnać, ile mamy czekać, aby znowu się pojednać. Ramię w ramię, nawzajem siebie wspierać. Rodzimy się, by żyć, żyjemy, by umierać. Aniele śmierci, proszę powiedz mi, czemu w stosunku do nas jesteś obojętny? Najlepsze są dla ciebie młode ofiary, nigdy nic ci nie zrobiła, traktujesz się jak ty. Zobacz, ile miłości w każdym człowieku. Nie jeden by chciał przeżyć choć pół wieku. Nie jednemu od wielu lat, najbliższych ziomów brak. Ciężko pogodzić się z tym, ale mimo tego ja i tak jestem tego pewny. W głębi duszy o tym wiem, że gdzieś na szczycie góry wszyscy razem spotkamy się, mimo świata, który kocha i rani nas dzień w dzień. Gdzieś na szczycie góry wszyscy razem spotkamy się. Gdzieś daleko i bardzo wysoko, gdzie zwykły śmiertelnik nie stąpa tam nogą, gdzie spokój, harmonia i natury zew, gdzie słychać szum drzew i ptaków śpiew. Wschód słońca pada na twarz, wypełnia twą duszę, którą ciągle masz. Wydaje się tobie, że te uczucie już znasz, ale ono wcale nie jest ci znane, chociaż było pisane i pisane też jest tam. Także wszyscy się spotkamy, więc nie będziesz już sam. Spotkasz ludzi, których tak bardzo kochałeś, choć lata nie widziałeś, nadal kochać się przestałeś. Yo, teraz leżysz na plecach, spoglądasz na błękitne niebo, serce dotyka serca. Nie ma szczęścia, nie ma pecha, nikt się nie złości, nikt nie doczeka. Człowiek obok człowieka, z nurtem płyną jak rzeka, połączeni w jedną całość na samym szczycie góry Mekka. Jestem tego pewny.
A thumbs up to these people, man, because out of the entire population of this globe, they were the only people to be on top of Nanga Parvat as well, and it happened in 2016, and it gets difficult, it gets fierce, and then you might get stressed as well, and then there might be some psychological problems within you just because of the fact that it's not working out. So Samya, how was it for you? I mean, your experience, was it really frightening? Was it devastating? Because unfortunately, it was just 600 meters left and you couldn't do it. So you had to come back all the way.
Exactly.
How was it for you?
Well, Khordapin Pass is the highest pass of the Karakoram.
Yeah.
The difficulties level is there are a lot of crevices, and in summer those crevices are visible, and in winter those crevices are not visible because of snowfall. They just covered. They just look
So
like
you don't
plain.
know where
So
to step.
there are a lot of incidents happen. One of our porter, Farhad Khan, fell into the crevice on his head, but fortunately Qudrat Ali was with him and he survived. Like, he was hanging like this,
Thank God.
and he survived. Like, he told me that I was so scared of death that I made myself flip on the other side, and then he just like
You didn't see them.
yeah, then he looked around and he didn't find Farhad Khan.
All right.
Then he knew that where he is, he find him out and rescued him.
All right.
So it was very difficult because of those crevices and broken ice. And yes, the difficult part is Sarak, which is continuously like breaking.
Oh my
breaking.
God.
So,
So what
one
do you do?
had
You keep
to
on jumping or what?
no. We were crossing, like one had to watch and one is crossing
Okay.
one by one.
Whether it's coming or not.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
But even if in case it starts falling then, and while you're crossing, what options do you have?
No, we just
So
stopped.
I can only yell,
no,
oh,
no,
it's
no.
coming, it's coming.
No, it's not like we were like taking safety measures and precautions, like, so we
Alright.
knew that how to do it. We took a lot of time. Like, on one side, on the Khordapan glacier, we took 2 days
Oh my
just
God.
to explore and like scout full day to explore
Where
that
to go
where
from?
we have to climb this vertical wall, which was
Okay.
of 200 meters.
What about you? So don't you get stressed at times and moments
sometimes.
of sheer pain as well when you haven't had food? Obviously there are too many other problems alongside it as well. Don't you get stressed?
No, sometimes while exploring the glacier, the route, because there were many crevasses. On the first day when we explored and scouted full days, and we come back on the broken glacier where we camped.
Yeah.
So I was very exhausted, like, okay, why we are not finding the route?
The right path, yeah.
Exactly. So on the Kudrat Ali said that maybe we will not find out, then we will climb some other peak there. I was like, okay, we will do it, but we will give another day to find out the route. Then
So you were dedicated as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is
I
something
was
which
ready.
makes me think about, because Nepal is obviously home to some of the highest glaciers as well.
Exactly.
So what is the difference, for example, for all of these glaciers and mountains over here and in Nepal? What is the difference in between? I mean, do you think that the routes over there are very easy, or it's more of an enabling environment over there?
What is my observation is that they are very developed. They have like stairs, they have local houses, like you have to carry your bag. Like you have to go there, they have a stove, they have food, you just eat. Like you
Really?
can, yeah,
Just like that?
exactly, yeah, just
Because
like
over
that.
here they were saying that there's no population after a certain, like,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
just one last stop at a village, and then after that you're
There's
walking to the base
nothing.
camp. There's nothing, nobody at all.
Exactly.
So that means that in Nepal you've got stoves and all of this. That means that
Exactly.
the food's there, the electricity is there,
Exactly.
everything's already there.
Yeah,
So
a
what
lot of
do you guys
facilities.
use over here? I mean, torches and everything. That's
Exactly.
what you have to do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the equipment as well, because I've heard that the equipment's quite expensive.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. The whole year I just, save for my equipment and for the expedition. So this is how I manage. And we already had a lot of equipments already for of North Face and Scarpa shoes and many other different.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in detail, but I just
Okay.
want to move on to Usher over here. So now, Usher, we have seen that this was a Polish group as well. And, we have had mountaineers and trekkers over here on the show who weren't from Pakistan, and people come in every season. I mean, loads and loads of them. So obviously, I won't call it mass tourism, but then there are negative effects of so many people getting to know. I mean, they should, it's their right. But then it's our responsibility to keep the place clean as well, and then it's the institution's responsibility to, probably enable us in such an environment where, they had the facility, or probably they offer us the facility to probably do whatever we want to do, and then to build up their own capacity. Do you think that we're going in the right direction as well? Because this year time around, all of those people who reside in Hunza, they said that, it was quite devastating, and people were just throwing all the trash away, and they did not know what to do. And do we have such institutions in place as well?
First of all, I would like to say that whenever development comes or whenever development starts, it's always a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
But there are always negative impacts and negative factors associated with everything.
Okay.
The same is the case with tourism. Until, let's say, 5 years ago, mass level tourism was non-existent towards the northern areas of Pakistan. But for the last few years, due to development of better facilities, due to availability of more information and a better road infrastructure, has led to an increasing number of tourists, as you said, which have been flocking the northern areas of Pakistan. For example, this last summer, Hunza ran out of hotel rooms to give to people.
Okay.
It was a record number of people.
I think this is an opportunity for the business investors who want to invest in hoteling businesses.
Exactly. The local administration of Hunza is putting steps into place to take care of that. Now, it's a two-pronged approach. The tourists who are going there have the responsibility as well, and
Okay.
I believe they have the primary responsibility of taking care of the environment. Whenever you go into a natural place, whenever you go into a forest or a landscape or to a lake, do not expect that there would be infrastructure over there, because much of these places are wilderness.
All right.
Whenever you cross, let's say, a local civilization or a local city, whenever you cross 10 kilometers from there, now you are entering into wilderness. Do not expect that there would be a local setup or there would be a local crew cleaning
Yeah,
it
you
around.
cannot
and-
get the same
Exactly.
comfort level.
You cannot, like the same level of cleanliness or the same level of city administration of Islamabad, for example. The primary responsibility is that of the tourist to take care of the environment.
Okay.
It is sad that whenever you go into the mountains or the jungles, leave nothing but footprints.
Yeah.
And that is something which we as tourists, which Pakistanis who go there as tourists needs to realize in the first place, that even if there is no dustbin available, even if there is no place to take care of the trash available, just put it in a shopping bag, put it back in your car, bring it back with you.
That's what it is.
If the fruit or the chips or the juices can go to in your car to that place, then the empty wrappers can definitely come back as well. The responsibility of the local government or any setups comes after that to give you an opportunity to dispose of the trash within that place.
Okay.
It comes at a secondary level, but primarily it is our responsibility.
It is our responsibility. I mean, that's your trash.
Exactly.
Guys, it's nobody else's. Own it, please. If you can have those chips, I mean, Ashar said it very correctly. If you can have those chips, why can't you just put that wrapper in your pocket? I mean, it doesn't even weigh much. And then, I mean, we are going to be responsible for that. But, irrespective of the fact, for all those Pakistanis who go over there and whatnot, how do you think the foreigners are behaving over here in our area? Do they do the same as well? Do they trash around?
No.
See?
They are
Because-
very responsible
Yes.
people, and they like recognize that this is wrong.
The importance of it as well.
Exactly.
So I think it's
Exactly.
just us doing it. So ladies and gentlemen, please, if in case in near future, this is something you're planning that you're going to go somewhere, you're going to go roam around as well, I think all you need to do is please make sure that you fulfill your own responsibility. Please do not litter. We do not want Pakistan to be in that shape just because of the fact that now we are on the roadway to success and prosperity and tourism increasing. Please make sure that we do not make it a dirty place for people who earlier used to think that oh, it's so beautiful. Now just because of that the influx is increasing, the influx of people who are coming in flocks, I think all we need to do is just fulfill our responsibility. We need to go for a short break right now at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we will be again in conversation with both of these amazing people, the youth of Pakistan, and we'll ask them what needs to be done. And then Samia will obviously tell us about different experiences she had on her way back, because they say that when you ascend, you do not encounter so many accidents, but when you descend, take a break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And for everybody who just got tuned into PT World, you watch it well this morning alongside Shahzad Khan. And we are in conversation with two fabulous, amazing youngsters of Pakistan who are making us proud, in fact, the entire nation as well. One of them is a mountaineer, and one of them is an astrophotographer as well, and an astrophysicist, and he dreams to be an astronaut as well, and he's promoting the soft image of Pakistan. And earlier, we were talking to Samia, that Samia, ascending, they say, is not that difficult, but descending is a difficult task. And you picked up such a challenge for your own self. Kurdupin Pass, one of the highest ones all over the globe. So let's talk about the descent now. So unfortunately, you couldn't make it. You were there, 600 meters left only, but there was no chance that you guys could go.
Exactly.
And first of all, obviously, I do not want to say or put it this way, but I think probably just because of the fact that you chose winters to do this, I think that's the only reason why this couldn't happen. But you're dedicated, you will come
Exactly.
back next year as well.
Inshallah.
All the best of luck for that. But any descending experiences, which you would love to share with us, or wildlife experiences, whether you sighted bears or, whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would like to share the descending experience, but First of all, ascending is not easy.
Yeah.
You have to push yourself, and sometimes you are feel so exhausted that you are keep pushing on a vertical wall.
And you still look tired as well because you just got back,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So descending was very difficult because we had to fix rope, and there was a blue ice patch. That patch was difficult to cross. So we had to fix the rope, and we had to descend very carefully because that was so steep, and there was also like overhanging serac
Okay.
on the right side. So it was difficult to descend.
Oh my God. And then
Yeah.
what do you guys have to be really careful about while you're descending?
We fixed rope, and we were like descending one by one, and we were like on the safety rope, so we were safe.
Okay.
And we were
I
very
mean,
careful.
as much as you can be.
Exactly,
That's what it is.
exactly.
But one last thing, before we wrap up, and that is, what do you plan for your next year as well? Because you go for solo expeditions as well. And then for all those people who have never ever been in Mountaineer, but now, just because they saw you, or all of those women who want to do it on their own, what will be your pieces of advice for them?
I would like to advise, please don't go without training. Do not go like just like without proper training, without exercise. Like if I live in Karachi, I do 2 times workout, in the morning and in the evening 2 hours. Like it's 4 hours daily
So
workout.
training is necessary.
Exactly.
And then how can they get in touch with the locals and with the porters and everybody, or is there any other authority
No,
who's looking after
it's
it?
really easy. If you are going to Shimshal Valley, you have to just go there. Like contact those people, they will help you out.
So just reach
Yes.
out to Shamshal Valley, guys. That's what it is, and then talk to people. Everything will be sorted. But Ashur, coming on to you, what I wanted to ask was obviously that we have seen that the number of people who are coming in from outside the world over here in Pakistan has increased tremendously, which obviously says or probably implicates that the visa policy might be quite a bit soft so that people could do it easily. How is it? Is it tough? Is it easy? How does it work?
There are just a few very basic requirements to get a tourist visa to Pakistan. You just need an invitation letter from an authorized tourist company or a travel agent who is authorized to do that to be given to you. Once you present it to the local embassy of whichever country the tourist is visiting from, along with your necessary paperwork, you're good to go.
That's it.
That's it. It's not very, and as a matter of fact, whenever the embassies find out that you are going for tourism purposes, you are going there to enjoy just the scenery, the nature, the landscape, the people of Pakistan, the culture of Pakistan, they actually go out of there to help you out. We have actually heard from our friends who have come from abroad that they made provisions for us. They helped us out. They told us which document to get, how to get it, if there was any different document was required. Otherwise, they just helped them out, expedite the whole thing.
Amazing. And all of this time, we know that all of those people who come to Pakistan and then they document their journey as well, and then they upload it on different social websites and then on their blogs. Each one of them, if you will read them, they say it was one of the best ever experiences to be in Pakistan and to be on these mountains as well. One last thing before I wrap up. So what are you planning for next year's, all your future endeavors? What are you planning?
In the summer, I have a plan to climb
Yeah.
peak in China, and then I will again attempt Hordofin Pass in winter.
Again in winters?
Again in winter with the different route.
Okay, with a different route. So
Because
you'll have to read.
Exactly.
In fact, I wanted to ask you about the routes as well. That how do you guys plan a route? But I think we're done at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. But next time, whenever you guys are going to come back, we're going to have you over here on the show because we guys love you for the work you guys are doing and the
Thank
entire
you.
nation's there. And inshallah,
Inshallah.
you will do it. So you got to feel it in your own self first, and then obviously it'll be done. No problems at all. But ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. But with a small message, I would love to wrap up the show, and that is that, the responsibility is mutual. If we want our country to progress and prosper, we need to join hands, and only then we can progress. And if in case you need any type of information about mountaineering, climbing, equipment, all you need to do is log on to our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of World This Morning. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. If you want to watch all of our shows, they're on YouTube and Dailymotion as well, and the names are World This Morning and World This Morning, obviously. The Fabulous Repeat is going to be at 11 p.m. Till the next time, look after yourself. Good morning.